cultivators. Welcome to a special edition of Podcasting is Forbidden in the Cloud Recesses, the only lesbian-hosted podcast about Magic Road. I'm Roy, aka One Question 3. Oh, I got this, bros.
And I'm Fallon, aka the I don't know ass bitch.
Yeah!
I really am.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
None of us know.
Unless it's something I can hyperfixate on.
Yeah!
Everything else is pretty much out the window. How we doing, folks?
We're at, you know what, we're here on a special occasion because last week, and I said this was going to go up last week, but that didn't happen because oops. But
who knows?
We just passed Mr. 50 episodes.
We're Mr. 50 episodes, Mr. Worldwide now. And I'd like to thank all of my fans. And Roy's fans.
Mr. Netwide.
Mr. Netwide and our collective fans here on the Pod Recesses world.
Yeah. Thank you for...
And around the world.
Thank you for holding us up and pushing us back up the hill every week as we struggle to do this podcast, and then we fall down and roll onto you, and then you do it again the next week.
Yeah, it's like a collective effort here. And that's something that I really appreciate.
Yeah. But in honor of getting to the Mr. 50 episode mark, we are doing our special bonus Q&A episode. So we're just kind of looking into the mailbag, and I've compiled everything into a convenient Word document on my iPad. And we're going to... We're going to answer some questions from you, the listeners.
The listeners.
So you don't have to. So we're just gonna dive right into it because this is all we're doing this time.
Yeah, we love it. Do you want to take turns?
Yeah, I was gonna say we can do that. Yeah,
we can do that.
Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Go ahead and start them off, little Roy.
All right. I got our email questions first. I have them kind of divided up into where they came from.
Okay.
Got a broad variety. But we're going to our email questions first. And our very first email Q&A question. Actually, before I get into this, just a reminder, if you sent in a question and it didn't have the word Q&A in there somewhere, just look for it on one of the next few episodes.
Yep.
Because if it said Q&A, it's going in the Q&A episode. Otherwise, I'm too stupid to figure it out. So, anyway.
No, you're not.
I'm having a time.
Things just slip through sometimes. It's okay.
Hey, you gotta put the words there for me to know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm the same way. You gotta give me very clear signals or else it's gonna be a hell of a time getting me to understand anything that is going on.
Yeah. You have to tell me exactly how you're feeling, exactly what's happening, or I just don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know, fucking thing.
Pretty much mood.
Yeah. Anyway, email questions. First email question of the show comes from friend of the show, Elvier, who asks, or writes, and things like that. Hey, since there's 1 million or 5 or something adaptations of this story, can you rank one character's design of all of them? There's the donghua, the manhua, the audio drama. I know the Japanese one has character designs, don't know about the Chinese one. It does, and they're good. MDZSQ and the Untamed. Which one of those did your fave justice, and which did them dirty? Or is your fave the kind of person that has no bad angles, so all the designs are equally good? Love the show, and thank you for the fun fandom experience. It's been a hot minute since I've been quote-unquote active in a fandom without instantly regretting it. That This Is So Sad soldier meme, that's you guys to me when I got into MDZS. I very much appreciate it. Wish you all the best, LVA. Thank you so much. We're glad. This is a good question.
Treasure you.
We
Thank
do.
You.
We love you with all of our hearts.
And I love this fucking question.
This is such a good question.
Woo!
So one character's design. Do you want to do, because there's the thing about did one of them do your fave justice? I think it's pretty safe to assume that we probably have favorite different characters. We could probably each rank the designs for one of our faves.
But I want to say, can we unequivocally agree, just to get this one out of the way, that in every single fucking adaptation of anything that there's ever been, even that weird, Modal themed, or Modal and Untamed fusion themed mobile game, Lan Wangji slayed.
Oh yeah.
Every single look, He slayed. He ate it. I can't even explain the amount of times I've just seen him in a scene. It doesn't matter whether it's The Untamed, which I really have not watched much of yet, or the Donghua, or Changyang's beautiful art, which is that's the cover art for the Chinese audio drama. And like, really, dude, if you haven't seen it, if you're out there, not even specifically LVA, but also you, if you're listening, if you're out there and you have not seen Changyang's art,
I'm fucking...
Oh my god! She started out, I think, as a fan artist on Weibo, and MXTX liked her art so much that she was like, hey, do you want to do official art for the audio drama? And Changyang was like, yeah.
And they're like buddies, and it's so fucking good.
They're like friends. It's great!
My favorite thing about Changyang's art is that there's a particular piece of fan art that I don't know their gender, but that they did at one point, and I'm not gonna.
I thought Changyang was. No, you know what? I'm probably mistaken. We're gonna go with they.
I don't know. Yeah,
we're gonna go with they.
But there's one particular piece of fan art that Changyang did. It's not official, but I'm taking it as official because it's by Changyang.
I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say what it is. If you know me, you know me. But
Lan Wangji looks good 100% of the time. I will argue that Untamed Wangji did every god that I have seen. Oh, it makes me angry how good it is. Like, genuinely in my heart, I'm like, how dare he? How dare he? And in the Donghua, please.
Okay, I was gonna bring up Donghua Wangji because
wide.
He's so wide.
He's the Brit. House. Oh,
he's the breadth of him.
The absolute scope of this man. The scope.
Wide. He's so big.
God, it's so fucking good. And then just like Changyang draws him so elegantly, so flowy.
He
with
looks
his
so
long,
good.
Beautiful hair, sometimes up in a ponytail, like flirty. Oh my god! I just can't stand it. And I said this so we could get it out of the way, but we've been talking about Lan Wangji for like 5 minutes straight. I mean, he kind of deserves it.
He does.
And this is our podcast, and we can do what we want.
He's the only man.
So I am going to go with Zhang Cheng because I think he has served a variety of looks.
Yeah. It's you know,
from good to bad. I will say, for the most part, the Q designs throw me off a little bit. They can come off as a little weird to me. Just a little weird. So I'm probably going to rank that Zhang Cheng design lowest. Next, I don't think he does have a design for the Japanese audio drama, and it's sexy as fuck. That's right. Wait. I need to refresh my memory because I think doesn't he have like a long ass ponytail or something?
I know he has hold on. I'm looking this up. Motozushi Japanese audio drama. Cause we just gotta.
I need to see my little boy.
Let me see if I can find this. Cause Jesus God. Oh yeah, I forgot Wei Yang has his titties out.
Oh hell yeah, dude! God, fuck yeah, dude! Oh, there he is. Oh, yeah. Look at that sassy little side hair. Oh, he's cute. Oh no, that one's really cute. I gotta say, okay, that one is second place. First place, oh god, it has to go to The Untamed again, just because of the absolute scope. Once again, the scope of his costumes.
Yeah.
And how freaking extravagant they were. Not even starting to mention Sandu.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bye. Bye.
I'm
sorry, bye. Have you ever seen anything cooler in your life? No?
Can I say something about The Untamed?
Yes.
The casting.
Uh-huh.
I don't know who was in charge of the casting, but they fucking did that. Every single character, they fucking did that. They fucking did that.
Almost every single character. I still have some qualms. Please do not think ill of me, okay? This is my personal. This is my personal opinion. I really...
You are on one tonight. It's good. You're bringing some good energy.
I really don't know about the casting of Wang Yibo as Lan Wangji. He is too small. He's too small. I need Lan Wangji to be a brick fucking house.
That's true.
That's sorry. I need him to be a brick shit house.
The costuming? If you took Wang Yibo and you just scaled him up,
you put padding on the man.
I was gonna say you click and drag him and just make him.
He's too skinny. He needs to eat a little more. I just. But
look at Japanese audio drama him. He's so flow. Anyway, no. We're supposed to be talking about John. This is fucking.
Okay.
Look at this. Even in talking about who looks good, Jong Chun gets shoved off to the side.
But can we talk about this?
I think we need to talk about this.
Can we talk? Oh, look at him! Japanese audio drama. Jong Chun he really got it. He's really got it. Will you Google, when you go on the Google, will you look up the Chinese one?
Yeah. Okay, Grandma, let's go to bed.
No, I want to see it. Let me see it. I want to look at my book. They're married.
Oh, yeah,
Did you know that they're married and they have a son? They have a son. Did you know?
They do have a son. I'm trying to. There was like a
they
big.
Have a son.
There was like a big. Let me.
Changyang, maybe.
Hold on. Well, no, because that's that's mom and dad.
Oh God, she's so beautiful.
She is. She does look very good.
Oh wait, that's not Changyang. That's fucking. I was wrong. Changyang does occasional art for the audio drama, but typically it's Spoon Kid. Spoon Kid did the art for it. And Spoon Kid is also a fan artist turned official Moda artist.
It's very fucking good. Let me see if I can find him. No, that's all Japanese though. Where is the him? Because I know he has like. This is all I can find.
I
know, what the fuck? Let me, hold on. Oh, that's by the manhwa artist, whose name I'm blanking on. But...
He's okay in the manhwa. I think I would give the manhwa Jang Chung.
Oh, here we go.
He's like 4th place. Oh!
Woo! I don't think that's the official design.
No.
Because I know the official design of him in the audio drama, he has like a cool, like, popped collar... like blazer-looking jacket thing coat, and it looks really good.
I'm actually putting Q in the bottom. The other one I mentioned in 5th place, and then because I feel like I might go feral once I see the actual Modao Zhangcheng. Oh, huh? Is that my boy? Is that my boy? Is he smiling? That can't be my boy because he's smiling.
Oh, you know what? I know what to do because they have little tabs in the fandom wiki.
Oh yes. Oh, and
they have a gallery. Here we go. Okay.
Okay.
Where's just regular normal him? Where's
he
regular
gets
normal
looked
him?
over and passed over.
This is like a
time and time again.
This is a sick meta joke.
This is a sin. Wow, it's
Hold on, I'm just gonna go to his page because I know there's sin. This is gonna make our lives so much easier, and I don't know why I didn't think to do this from the start. Can you go to the search, please? There we go. Give me the him. Okay. Yeah, that's him.
Donghua Zhangcheng, compared to Untamed Zhangcheng and Japanese audio drama Zhangcheng, like, I'm sorry? I'm sorry?
I'm sorry?
It's not a competition. I like how wispy he is in the Chinese audio drama. I like how wispy he is.
I've also seen images, maybe it'll be in his gallery. I've also seen images of him in the audio drama where he has like, I guess not, where he has like, he's got his hair kind of down.
Oh,
and it looks.
Oh, JC with his hair down. We fucking love to see it.
They got the pointiest fucking man to play him on the Untamed, and I appreciate that with every bit of me. It's just good. So which one's your number one? Because we were kind of going. It's tough.
I think it has to be the Untamed, just because of the breadth of costumes, and how much thought they put into them, and how sexy he looked most of the time. Wow, grumpy boy.
Look at how big his gallery is.
Look at the detail. Hello.
God.
Wow.
Damn.
Looking at some leather shoulder armor with like cute little like diagonal gold suspenders, please.
I think that's just the lining, but suspenders.
It looks like suspenders, so that's what I'm freaking
this
calling
fucking
it.
Lavender fit.
Oh my god, I love him in lavender.
It's real good.
He's beautiful in lavender.
It's real good.
Look at him on the Lotus Throne. Like, that is some sick ass shit. That is some sick ass shit.
It's simply good.
Okay, all right. We're gonna move on to Royce.
We're gonna move to Royce. Here's my problem. Mm-hmm. I can never pick a favorite.
She has a lot of favorites.
My favorites change minute to minute. So when you think of me having a favorite character, who do you think of? And I'll go with that.
Jin Guangyao.
Really? Okay. All right. Okay. Jiggy.
Little Jiggy.
The littlest Jiggy.
We're doing Jiggy.
Let me find the hymn just so I can have reference. The reference.
Doing a bit of 6 degrees of Zhangcheng, eh?
Yeah.
6 degrees of Jiggy, actually.
6 degrees of Jiggy. Jin Zixuan, where's your link to your little man? Oh, there you go.
There he is.
There he is. Okay.
Gosh, wow.
He looks so elegant in the Donghua. He looks like he's ready to go. And then little baby him, I don't think they have an image of him. God, look at his eyelashes.
God, he's just beautiful.
He's gorgeous.
He's beautiful. He's gorgeous.
He's the gorgeous.
He's the most gorgeous.
It makes me mad. And little Mengyao him. Look at baby him. Look at this. I hate him. He's terrible.
So cute.
He's a terrible little man.
He's so cute.
And then we got audio drama him, which is also beautiful and gorgeous.
I can't remember, because that's a different person than Spoon Kid, and I can never remember their name, and I feel bad.
I'm fucking blanking.
Because their art is just, I can't stand it.
I had their name on the tip of my tongue when you were talking about the other artists a second ago, and now it's gone. Fuck. And then we got Untamed, the babiest of hymns.
Untamed, the smallest, the most flexible of hymns, I would argue.
I got it. Okay. I don't know. What is his... Okay, they don't have a... I don't think they've released his Japanese audio drama.
No, they probably haven't gotten that far yet.
I know I know they announced this voice actor. They had they posted a little clip of it. But I think it was just like a silhouette. So I don't think they released the actual hymn yet.
That's okay. So based on what you've got, what are you thinking?
Based on what we got, God, they're all so good.
Yeah.
None of them are bad.
I want to look at the manhwa hymn. Wow, he's just so sneaky.
He is. He's
a little creepy boy. He's a little, ooh, I'm gonna get you. Ooh, I'm sneaking.
Tricky.
He's a tricky boy.
Look at him with his hat off, having a drinky drink.
He's a little drinky drink with his beautiful long hair.
God.
Not in his cool mom ponytail. Jesus.
Oh, he just looks so good. He looks so good. Okay.
It's really good to me personally.
This is heartbreaking. I'm Bart broken about this, but okay.
You gotta rank it for the people.
I gotta rank it for the people. Okay,
you gotta rank it. Just think of it like a list.
Yeah.
Gotta make a list.
Please note, big asterisk, all of these are very close in ranking.
Yeah. Within fractions.
Oh, yeah.
Of each other. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Decimals.
Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna go back just one more time. I'm gonna go manhwa in last place. I'm working towards number 1. I'm gonna go manhwa last. It's not bad, it's just not what I think of.
Yeah.
And whatever. He's still adorable.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go I was gonna say audio drama after that, but his hat is really good.
It's really good. Like, the detail on it rules.
It's so good. God damn it. But no, I think...
And the Don't Him is fairly simple.
Yeah. But that's what I picture when I picture a hymn. Mm-hmm. When I think of the hymn, I picture that, but... Yeah, I'm going... Okay, audio drama is second to last. Mm-hmm. Just because... once again, just because it's just not what immediately pops into my mind. Mm-hmm. Third, I'm going Untamed, even though they did find the absolute... Once again, they found the absolute.
The casting was just fucking much.
They said, get me the smallest man. Get me the least threatening-looking human being you can find. I love it. Get me l'enfant.
I love it.
and make him bendy. If you don't make him bendy, I'm trying to find a funny meme that I found a while ago because it's funny and is what I think of.
It's goddamn perfect.
It makes another point about why this version of him is extremely good to me. There it is. It's a set of screen caps, one right after another, and it's like a text.
He's like doing a pouty little face and then a cute little evil smile.
And the person sending these screen caps to the other person says, the absolute extended edition, unrestricted, boundless, unadulterated twinkery.
Twinkery! In all caps.
Twinkery.
Wow.
Right?
Fucking incredible.
Right?
Alright. So we know where that one stands. Yeah. What are your next ratings?
I think the only one I have left is Donghua, and that's because it's what I think of. It's the most, it combines all of the other traits.
Iconic.
It's iconic.
Yeah, it's iconic.
Plus he has the eyelashes, so.
Yeah.
To me.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Subject to change if and when they release the, Japanese audio drama take.
Mm-hmm. You know, I think it's gonna be spicy.
I think it might be spicy.
It might be. Ooh, little spice. Ooh, little spice. Ooh.
All
right, so.
Okay. Good shit.
Next
up.
question.
Thank you for the question. I know we spent a while on it, but this is going to get cut down, so who cares?
Yeah. Thank you, LVA.
Thank you a lot.
So, next question is from $4.20. Funny $4.20 sect leader of the show, Sarah of Costumes. Lads, I want to delve more into the podcasting sect zone, since I think about it every time you talk about sect leader GameCube. Mm-hmm. So, taking podcasting networks as sects, e.g. Max Fun Thorn Sect, Orange Grove's Joe Sect, or Noise Space GameCube Sect. What kind of network would each sect be? What would each of their focuses be? And what would go down with the WEN network, where all of the other networks need to do some kind of campaign to take them down? What would the Sunshot campaign be like if everyone was podcasts? Semper Benui, Sarah Pot of Greed, of the Noise Space Pot of Greeds, temporary adoptee to Noise Space Wow Cool Robot, and founding member of the Rogue Cultivator clan, Never Believe It. Thank you so much, Sarah, for the question.
This is an entire universe. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
Holy fuck.
here's just to start with, here's my number one take. I think rather than this being a thing where each sect is its own network, I think it's all one big network. It's the Cultivation World Network.
Oh my god.
And what happens is So there's like, you know...
But listen. We should go along. We should go along with what they're saying.
Okay.
So
how about I run mine by you, and then we'll get into this.
Okay.
Because I have a concept.
Okay.
And I just want to see how we're feeling about this. We're exploring... This is the marketplace of ideas. So... There's like, you know, you have one or two podcasts per kind of, you know, it's all very... People do podcasts with each other, right?
Sure.
Everybody, you know, there's a lot of that going on. There's a couple Win podcasts, you know, couple John podcasts, whatever, et cetera, et cetera. What happens is when Rohan decides that he's the network admin and locks everybody else out of the account unless they start paying him directly to be contributors to the network. And the Sunshot campaign is where they have to dig up dirt on him so he gets canceled, and then they can all start their own network.
Jesus. That is good.
But anyway, what kind of network?
I also, because I was thinking about this, and I wanted to give this a shot.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking in the terms of like Max Fun and Noise Space and Gimlet or whatever their like main thing is called. I can't remember. Don't know, don't care. Because I'm pretty sure they're assholes, right?
I don't know. I truly do not know enough about other podcasts.
Not really into any podcasts that aren't like by friends and acquaintances.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking which one would embody the chaos of Noise Space.
Oh God. Well, it's gotta be the Nias because they're the most online. They're the most leftism. So
that's true.
We've established them as comrades. So
yeah, I think it would be the Nias. So the Nias would.
Nia Space.
There it is. Holy shit! It writes itself.
It writes itself.
Nia Space definitely is a leftist space.
Yeah.
I think they do history podcasts.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I think they do history podcasts. I think there are some art history podcasts that maybe
that's what
Huaisong is on.
That's what Huaisong's allowed to do. Some, like, one of the lesser podcasts gets, booted off the network when the hosts, start to be mean to, new host recruit Meng Yao.
Yeah.
Who gets invited onto NMJ's main podcast
Jesus.
as a co-host.
Oh my god. It's like a rare crossover between the, Jeans and the Nies.
Yeah, well, he tried to join the Jin network, but they said no, so he had to go find a different network to host his podcast, which is about, I don't fucking know, tax fraud.
Oh my god! He probably, wow, what would he talk about?
See, this is the thing, like, he's gotta, like, the thing about podcasts is that most of the time you have multiple hosts. But... Maybe it's one of those situations where he's just giving... It's kind of a weird history, huh?
He does ASMR podcasts.
My god!
I don't know what that constitutes. I just know that he would probably have a very soothing ASMR voice. I think that's what he does. That's my opinion.
Twink teaches you about securities fraud ASMR.
Stop! I mean, yeah, but...
I think the Wens are like the big like earwolf or whatever. They're like one of the big like clout having ass networks where like celebrities are on it. But yeah, Wens are the big boys. They make the money. They decide to put everything behind a paywall.
Oh my god.
And all the other everybody all of their listeners have to pay to listen to anything that they had uploaded before, like, 8 months ago.
God. Just, because we do so much for the community. We provide you with so much entertainment. Because I will say, I think the Wens if we're going like 1-to-1 to the original content, whatever. Jesus Christ. They would have like 30 podcasts.
Oh yeah, they have so fucking many. It's just stupid.
They have like over 100. They're like those fucking YouTube clickbait click farm channels.
Oh my god.
That just like, and there's like 100 of them, and they're fucking all variations on a theme.
Mm-hmm.
And they all post the same videos and the same content.
Ugh.
They're like that.
Yeah.
Except with podcasts, so it's even more infuriating.
Bad.
The only good podcast is the medical oddities one that Wenqing and Wenyoung.
Yeah, they just do Sawbones.
they do a Sawbones. Funny Sawbones.
Yeah, it's Funny Sawbones, except it's brother and sister instead of married.
Yeah, you know.
What about the Jongs and the Lon? I think the Jins want to be the Wens. They're trying to be the big boys. And they could, but like, they're just not quite there.
They do self-help podcasts.
God.
And self-improvement.
Ugh. It's the fucking, like,
and like,
Out Here With My 3 Lamborghinis podcast.
Yeah, and like, super centrist celebrity interviews. Where they're like,
fucking centrist lib civility podcast.
How has fame changed you?
God. Oh, God, I'm too mad for this. I'm too fucking angry for this. That's infuriating.
Like, it's really put things into perspective for me. Woo! No, I can't go on. So that's what the jeans would do.
Sounds punchable.
Just absolute skin deep ass shit.
Ugh.
Dime a dozen ass shit that sells like Popeye's chicken sandwiches. And that's it.
This episode's brought to you by Popeyes.
That's it.
We still have the Lawns and the Jongs.
The Lawns, I think they do really structured tabletop RPGs.
Oh my
they're
God.
like that. And they're the ones that they're like telling a story instead of actually playing. And then they just have ones where they're literally like acting out stories or something.
Yeah.
I think that'd be...
It's basically a radio drama.
It's basically a radio drama. They do radio dramas.
Yeah.
But nothing too intense, you know?
Yeah, no. Don't want to get them too riled up.
Radio dramas and guided meditation.
Oh, yeah.
It's like 50-50.
Yeah.
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 The Lawn family of brands. And then the Jongs.
This is a tough one. I feel like they'd be the closest to like...
Because there were so few of them for so long. Rip to some legends.
Every member of the family is doing their own podcast.
Yeah, and they're literally all about different things.
Yeah, there's just no cohesion.
Oh, God.
Like, the kids are friendly with each other, but the ones actually maintaining the back end.
I think that Wei Wuxian and Zhang Cheng do a podcast together that's just them shitposting and threatening each other.
Oh, yeah.
Like, verbally shitposting.
Oh, yeah. It's like, ostensibly, it's about, like, wrestling or something.
Yeah.
But it's just that 90% of the time.
Yeah, and that's why the people come to it.
Yeah.
You know?
It's entertaining.
It's truly...
It has Wei Ying.
It has Wei Ying in it. And I think Wei Ying is probably, like, a darling star of this podcast universe.
Yeah, he's the breakout star. What would the Sunshot campaign be like if everyone was podcasts? Which is a good way to put it.
So I think the Wens end up making so much money that they first choke out other podcasts, like competing podcasts, by illegally tampering with the ads or some stupid shit.
They like,
or like bribing companies not to give them sponsorships or something, like sabotaging it. And then
they buy the servers, like the like companies that actually like host the files, and the Jongs are the first to go. Yeah, so they can't host their files there anymore, so they have nowhere else to go.
Oh my god.
That's the Wen's plan.
And that's the Wen's plan, and then they plan on, like, I don't know, buying out the podcasts that are willing to sign over to them, because I'm sure they run it's like literally a business.
Oh yeah, they're like
a podcast corporation.
They're the ones that when Amazon said, "Hey, we're going to put podcasts on Amazon Music, but you're not allowed to talk shit about Amazon," they said, "Yes, please," and like now they're best friends with Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, with the Jeff Bezos.
The Jeff Bezos.
The Jeff.
The Jeff. The Jeff of Bezos.
His name is the Jeff now.
The Jeff. I know that Meng Yao sneaks off into the Wen network and starts doing a podcast with them. And that's how he gets, insider info on all of their activities and, their feeds and stuff.
Oh my god, it's what if it's an expose on someone and he's hired as, an anonymous expert or something? They, disguise his voice.
Oh my god. Jesus.
We like it. So I think that's it for that question.
It's good.
It's good. I kind of enjoy thinking about it, to be real.
Yiling Laozu starts a podcast on the dark web.
Jesus.
And that's actually where all the espionage stuff goes on. That's where his podcast is nothing but call outs for Wen Rohan.
Oh my god.
Various members of the Wen network.
Jesus.
What a question. Alright, those are our only 2 email questions, so we're gonna go to Twitter questions now.
Yeah.
So, we got several of questions, from, Twitter user Saint Slashy.
Saint Slashy.
Do you want me to read all 3 of these in one go and then we'll answer them in one chunk, or do we want to go one at a time?
Let's go one at a time.
Okay. So, question number 1, and this one's for me, for Roy. You've been in creative writing workshops. Imagine the MBZS boys around a big table. Who's the asshole that only shits on other people's work? Who writes sexy poems about the hot professor? Who's the teacher's pet trying to run the workshop themselves? Fuck. Okay, okay, Zhangsheng is the bad faith workshop participant, and that's because he feels inadequate about his own writing. Wei Wuxian is writing sexy poems about the hot professor, but the hot professor is Lan Qiren and he's doing it to make him mad. The teacher's pet trying to run the workshop themselves is Susha.
God.
He thinks he knows everything, because he got a fellowship, so he feels like he has enough clout to do that.
Yeah, of course.
Do you want me to read
That's how it works.
Yeah. Do you want me to read all 3 of these, or?
Sure.
All right. Number 2. For you both. Tell the story of how you met, if you want, of course. This is lore.
It's probably something that you will not have heard before. So the short story is we met online.
Yeah.
And that can be very misleading. We technically met when Roy was still releasing her webcomic, Jenny Hanover, on smackjeeves.com. Shout out to you real ones who know what I'm talking about. I was 14.
Yeah.
And on every platform of the internet, I was pretending to be approximately 5 to 7 years older than I actually was.
Yeah, you were telling me that you were 20 or 21.
I think I said 20.
Yeah, it was 20
and
or 21.
then I turned 21.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a thing because I had to keep it consistent through the platforms, and also I wanted to impress her. But anyway, we ended up bonding when we got to talking about Gurren Lagann, and we created this whole gigantic
crossover,
incredibly what's the word?
Convoluted and self-indulgent.
Convoluted, self-indulgent, and prolific crossover universe between Jenny Hanover and Gurren Lagann. It was very good.
We had a lot of fun.
I am embarrassed by very little of it. And I regret approximately none of it. I regret maybe a couple things. But altogether, it was an incredible experience that continued for years and years. And it started out the energy that we have together. So
I, for the record, completely believed that they were the age that they said they were.
I mean, I fucking sold it, dude. I have been.
You did sell it. You were like,
to my credit,
at no point did I question.
To my credit, I was not trying to deceive specifically you. Mm-hmm. I was down as way older than I was on every platform of the internet because, in my circles, that was kind of just what you did. I don't suggest anyone now doing it because. No. It was not something that I would recommend.
This was also 10 years ago, so
it was a decade ago, literally.
Yeah.
So we met a decade ago, basically.
Yeah. We didn't get romantically involved until maybe 4 years ago?
Yeah. It was like Yeah,
it
was about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. Up until then, we were just best buds.
Really best buds.
Yeah. And what was the other thing?
We're still best buds, to be fair.
Yeah. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh yeah, like it was like by the time you like revealed to me that you were actually 15 at that point, I had some really intensely traumatizing things happen in my real life, and they were there for me through it, and it was like, it was one of those things where it was like, we had been through too much together to be like, oh no, you're 15, I can't be friends with you anymore.
Yeah.
It was one of those things. It's like, you know.
For the most part, when I was online, I just rolled with it.
Yep.
I rolled with it, and it never really blew up in my face until I got really close with the Roy.
And you felt really bad, and you're like, I gotta tell
horrible.
You.
I felt incredibly disingenuous, and I thought pretty much completely that she was going to want to stop talking to me and being my friend. And I'm glad that she didn't, and that she gave me a chance. Because here we are now, and we're
best buds.
We're the best of buds, and our relationship is incredibly strong.
We're wife status.
We're
now.
wife. So that's basically our story. One more thing. Things happened when I was 16, and when I was 17, I not legally, but essentially emancipated myself and moved across the country by myself to live here with Roy. As roomies and best buds, because it was as far away as I needed to be.
Yep, they needed to get away from where they were. It was a situation.
I needed to have a start in a completely new place.
Yep.
And I chose my Roy's place because she was kind enough to offer it to me, and I moved here and pretty much immediately got a job and started working, and we moved into an apartment, and we've been living together ever since. It's good. That's how we met.
Yep.
What's the next question?
So, next one is, what's everyone's favorite ride/section of Busch Gardens? And then just a last little note, thanks for the amazing podcast. I love the goofs, and in some post-COVID future, it would be rad to meet y'all at NecoCon. If you're ever in Richmond, me and the GF would be down to hang. Virginia Lesbian Nerds Unite. Hell yes.
Yes, bless up.
Pod Recesses Con.
Fuck
someday.
Yeah, dude.
But anyway, Busch to Gardens. I am not a rides person.
No, she really is not. She's not a rides person, not a roller coaster one.
No, I like the arcade. I like to get a snack. I do like to walk around in the grease part. That part's fun.
She likes the Ferris wheel.
Yeah! I like a Ferris wheel. Ferris wheel.
We like a Ferris wheel.
Yeah. You've only been to Busch Gardens
I've been 3 times now.
Oh yeah, you've been yeah.
I can't name most of the roller coasters, but I like them. The one with the water is good. And the one that
Escape from Pompeii with the water.
Yeah. And the one, I think it's called Apollo's Chariot or something.
Yep.
That I felt really good. But I mean, this I only remember this because I felt really bad the first time we went to Busch Gardens because I was too chunky to fit in the ride. And the second time I went to Busch Gardens, I was small enough to fit my chunky butt in the ride. And it made me feel good about myself. Therefore, it was an experience that I will treasure.
Yeah.
So Apollo's Chariot, good.
It's good.
I like the snacks.
Yeah.
There's a pizza. There is a cone that's made of pizza dough, and there's pizza cone, inside, and it's very good.
We love a snack.
And there's that German fest house. I'm just naming the food attractions now. I mostly just like go for the food, to be honest. I like the roller coasters.
But food
Don't
good.
get me wrong. But the food.
The food.
As it turns out.
That's the thing.
Oh, they're ice cream whips, too. That little ice cream place in, like, France. Oh, God almighty.
Oh,
hit me with it.
Yeah.
Oh, did you... Sorry, not to go on a tangent, but did you see that they're opening one of those, like, fancy-ass milkshake places in Virginia Beach? Like, the ones that put all that shit on the outside of the glass?
Oh, my God, where?
Yeah, in fucking... Probably
Bitch, where?
Front.
Oh, my God.
What are them damn milkshake places called?
I want a milkshake.
Milkshake. The Yard Milkshake Bar. That's it.
Oh, my God, please. Please. Please.
Oh. They're like $15 a pop, but they're like...
I'll still fuck it up.
Nuts. See if I can. Hell. Look at this shit.
I need one.
Plans, it's grand opening September 18th.
Fuck yes.
At 3220. Ooh.
Day of the week is it?
Bitch, look at this
Friday.
Shit.
That's next Friday. Look at that, Friday, bitch. We got plans.
Please, God. I think that there will be many stupid people there, and we should probably wait for a little bit. But
we're gonna mark our calendars.
We're gonna mark our calendars for
go after that. Yeah,
for a week after it opens at a really weird time.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this next series of questions is from Twitter user @Helenin. Thank you very much for all this content. Woo.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, they say. Thank you so much for the shout out. I love the pod and you both. Thank you for being funny and having empirically correct opinions.
You're welcome.
I hate Tumblr's Ask System, so I wanted to DM you some questions for the Q&A special here, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. One. As we all know, the Lons are all strict vegan lifestyle influencers, but Jingyi canonically breaks vegan for chicken. What do the rest of the Lons cheat for? Lon Wangji cheats because Wei Wuxian puts food in front of him and tells him to eat it, and he eats it.
Yep.
That's very simple.
Lon Qiren does not cheat. Sishui doesn't cheat.
Sishui has one bite of something because he, like, indulges whoever's trying to get him to cheat and immediately starts vomiting.
Yeah.
He immediately starts vomiting.
Shichen only cheats unintentionally when he's, like, fucking really high.
God! He's
really
like,
high.
wow, I want some Taco Bell. And he forgets to sub for beans with no cream cheese. I mean, no sour cream and no cheese.
He just forgets and he's like, oh, he realizes afterwards. After he eats it in 4 seconds.
He ate beef and TVP as an entire taco, folded it in half, and ate it in one bite. And he ordered 12 of them.
He eats them all, and then 12 minutes later, he's sitting on the couch and he's like, oh, that had meat in it. Oops. Oh, no. Oh, I feel really bad.
He spends the entire next day in bed.
Yeah, he doesn't feel good. He has a tummy time.
He has a bad tummy time. Okay. Who in MDZS listens to Taylor Swift? Launching ye.
Yeah.
Wen Young.
Yeah.
Wen Young listens to both Taylor Swift and death metal. Jong Chung listens to it secretly, completely secretly, very late at night, just kind of puts his AirPods in, closes his eyes, and lets her voice and the emotions just wash over him.
He doesn't even have it in his, like, playlist, because if somebody else gets a hold of the aux cord, he doesn't want that to come up on shuffle.
Yeah.
He just listens to it on YouTube.
He listens to it on YouTube. He doesn't sing along. He mouths the words quietly while facing a wall. He's like mumbling on them like, "What's the reason for these two?" God. That's what I think.
3?
I think John Yonley also listens to Taylor Swift. Just normal girl things.
Yeah, just girl stuff.
Scroll stuff. 3. If you had to go to Ikea with one MDZS character, who would it be and why?
Yiming Joy, because he'd be in and out. He knows exactly what he wants. He just goes in, no bullshit, gets it. That's how I want to shop at Ikea.
I would go with Lan Wangji because that plus aesthetics.
Ooh, good point.
Lan Wangji has a good eye.
Good point. Either of them could lift too.
That's true. I feel like Yiming Joy wouldn't be very good to bring to Ikea because you would turn to him and go, "What do you think about this?" And he's like,
"I don't care. Does it work?
It serves no function. Does it work? Will it fall apart in 6 months? No? Okay, let's buy it. You're wasting my time."
Yeah.
And, like, I respect that. Because in an ideal world, that would be me. But unfortunately, most of the time when I go into a store, especially in Ikea, I make a point to be high because the experience is so much better.
Oh my God. See,
I don't mean any store, okay? I just mean, like, stores like Ikea, please. Absolutely.
See, I do most of my shopping, like, preemptively online. I look up what there is and, like, I find what I want, so I can just go into the location and say, "Let's go get the thing," and then be gone. Because Ikea is very big, and there's a lot of things and people in it, and I don't like that.
And Roy is very small.
She's a little one thing nervous. You gotta know about Roy.
As a general thing, she's a little nervous. So it's understandable and it's perfectly valid.
I just want to, like, grab onto the back of his shirt and let him be in front of me.
Lead you around. Yeah. Like you're on a leash.
Yeah.
It's good. All right. 4. If you were able to plan a single good day for Wen Yang where only nice things happen, what would you take him to do?
Get one of those big-ass milkshakes.
Yeah, first of all. Second of all, I would insist that he doesn't need to do anything all day. He does not need to lift his finger. If he needs anything or even wants anything, he can just ask me.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to say please. He can if he wants because that warms my heart. But he's not lifting a finger on that day. We would definitely take him out for milkshakes.
Yeah.
He would be taken out for milkshakes. He would be taken out for his favorite meal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what kind of meal he enjoys. I'm sure if he goes, "Oh, well, I'll have whatever you're having," we're just going to get the most expensive thing on the menu for him. And we're going to let him ball out.
I'm going to let him pick whatever it is he wants to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to let him pick. You know
what? That's fantastic. Yeah.
It's whatever he wants to do. It's king shit.
It's what he wants.
Yeah.
It's a King's Day.
A King's Day.
We love it.
Yep.
Number 5. MDZS characters as bad restaurants and or food experiences that you have had. I want Roy to go first.
Oh, God. Okay. So this was like right after we moved in together. I tried to make just some plain-ass steamed white rice.
Yes.
In a pot on the stove. And I don't know what happened, but I didn't end up with rice. Instead, I ended up with a pitch black hockey puck at the bottom of the pot. And I got so upset and embarrassed about it that I just went into my bedroom and planted face first onto my bed. And that's New Hoizon.
She left there for like 10 minutes. Okay. I know exactly what happened.
Oh boy.
1, you did not put a lid on it. 2, you forgot about it. That is exactly what happened in order. I came back to it. I was the one who caught it first because I smelled a little something. I went into the kitchen. I saw it on the stove. I was like, "Roy, she was like, yeah.
And you, like, held it up.
For her to see. And she immediately just turned around, moaning. Like, walked straight to her bedroom, face planted on the bed, and just lied there like a corpse for 10 minutes. Oh, ugh. God, I like to imagine that as
it's Hwai-song to me.
It's Hwai-song and Jongchung.
Yeah.
God. So if I were to characterize,
I gotta hear
from
this.
Modao Zushi, one quote-unquote bad restaurant that I've been to in my life, because this is what I'm choosing. I would not necessarily call this a bad restaurant, but the reason I'm putting it in this bracket is because the restaurant was called Terribles. So, I lived, back when I lived in California, I lived about 4 hours away from Las Vegas, Nevada on a good day. So my mom and I would frequently go there as like fun little weekend trips.
Take a little sippy sip. A gingy ale?
Oh, a lovely gingy ale.
Yeah. I'm enjoying a nice Canada Dry, gingered ale. And Fallon just demanded a sippy sip.
I must take a little sip.
Must sip.
And so one day we were on the way in, and we were real hungry. We were, I don't know, like a half an hour outside of Vegas. And if you've ever been to Vegas going that way, you know that like surrounding the city for about, I would say 50 to 75 miles are like little casinos popped up everywhere, taking advantage of people coming into Las Vegas. And one of them, there's a couple of them, there's a couple Terribles, but one of them was one of these that was like kind of on the far outskirts. So we decided to stop at Terribles. And I was like, well, at least they're upfront about what you're going to expect. And to my recollection, the only thing I remember ordering were two huge fucking huge pancakes. They were served on probably a 12-inch round plate, and they hung over the plate. And they were thick.
God.
They were the best fucking pancakes I've ever had in my life. They were great. So why the fuck was it called Terribles? And I think that perfectly exemplifies Jongchung.
I have another thing, food experience that I would classify as Jongchung, just for like another side of him.
Yes.
And this isn't something that happened to me, but it's something that happened to your mom.
Okay.
Do you remember like January this year when she like sprained her ankle when she slipped on a blueberry?
Oh, God.
It's not funny, but it's so funny. It's funny when it's Jongchung.
It's funny when it's Jongchung. He lies there on the floor for like 15 minutes afterwards, just shouting at the ceiling. God fucking damn it!
Not even in pain, just frustrated.
Ah! Why does this always happen to me? Stupid shit.
God. Okay, one last thing, and this isn't really a bad restaurant or food experience, but if you've seen that video of, what is his name? Marcel Adams.
Marcel Wallace?
No, not Marcel Wallace.
Oh, that's Marcellus Wallace.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I think it's Marcel Adams,
different.
with his, peanut butter and jelly sandwich right after he got out of the shower.
Oh, yeah.
That's Jingyi.
Ah! Headbanging? Yes. Okay, moving right along.
On.
6. What hairstyle would you put Donghua post-resurrection Ye Huaisong in if you had infinite time, resources, and patience?
Kotori hair loop.
Kotori hair loop. I would give him a Brazilian blowout.
Oh my god.
I think she'd look beautiful.
I would also, I'm gonna tell you, the braids that they give them in the Untamed,
Lord,
the flavor,
help and protect us. I just kind of want to see Hwai-sung in curls.
Ooh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Fluffy
like wavy curls.
What if Hwai-sung with fluffy Bingha hair?
Wow, I really like that. I was thinking like looser wavy curls.
I do like that, but that just
bland.
made my brain kind of travel, and I said,
I like a fluffy Hwai-sung.
I like fluffy nails in general.
It's good. Wave some flowers into it.
Yeah,
flowers and like gold chains and shit.
Oh my god,
you're good to go. 7 Daga bench pressing Hwai-sung versus Wangji benching weighing. Who does more?
Who does more?
I think that Wangji might be able to bench weighing a few more reps than Daga.
I think Wangji is putting in more work just because, like, weighing weighs more than Hwai-sung.
Yeah, Hwai-sung is... Well, I mean, weighing... Most Wenny pretty twinky.
Yeah.
But
he's still noticeably taller than Hwai-sung.
Oh yeah, Hwai-sung a little short.
Yeah. Hwai-sung small.
We love to think about that though.
We do.
8. There's a heat wave in my city right now and it's 34 Celsius, 93 Fahrenheit for us American idiots. In my kitchen, the coldest room at 9 p.m.
Mood.
Fuck, dude. How do the Modal characters, or even Scum Villain characters, if you want to talk about them, cool down in the heat?
Hwai-sung have fan. We know this.
Hwai-sung have fan. Okay, I will say, gonna talk about Scum Villain a little bit here because there are 2 characters who think the exact same thing about the heat. And we're talking post-canon here. Both Wei Wuxian and Luo Binghe would be of the opinion, or at least try to convince their partner to be of the opinion that a little bit of pee breaks the heat a little bit.
A pop next to a pop.
A pop next to a pop. It's the most vulgar thing I've ever seen. So that's what I think. I think Binghe would do it with crying. I think Wuxian would just do it by beginning to suggest it.
By being a twink.
He would just
by being annoying.
He would just he would look at Lan Wangji in the dead heat night of summer and go, you know what I think will cool us off, John. And it would be over.
Yeah.
Absolutely over.
Yep.
So that's disgusting. Jong Chung, I think
complains.
Probably, yeah, he complains. He's one of those people who sets up every fan that he has in the house inside of his room, like to have like a passive aggressive amount of air flowing in it.
That's how it is.
We like it.
We do like
it. We're probably forgetting about people, but that's fine.
Do you want to read just the little last bit from?
Thanks again for the good potted cast from Helen. Thank you, bud. Oh, P.S. My display name is unfortunately not original. I stole it from the musical Cats. All right. I mean, it's what you do.
It's kitties.
It's
Broadway's kitties.
Sometimes you do it.
Yeah. And our final Twitter question comes in from Chief Cultivator of the show, Colin @Pagedish, who says, Mr. 50 Special, what MDZS ships could survive Ikea and which ones would perish? We're going back to Ikea.
Oh, headed back to Ikea, eh? I think that the ones who would not survive, I think Hwai-sung and Jongchung would not survive.
Absolutely
I think,
not.
Hwai-sung would make it 20 minutes, then get really tired and want to go to the food court and just kind of stay in the food court for an hour. And
I was going to say Jongchung is the one who wants to be in the food court for an hour because Hwai-sung is having a very good time looking at the aesthetics of everything.
That's true. No, that's true. Jongchung gets emotionally exhausted.
Yeah.
After like 30 minutes. It just goes and like hangs out in the food court.
Yeah, Hwai-sung's fine with it.
Hwai-sung is cool with it. He's just vibing.
She's in her element.
Yeah, she's just vibing.
It's vibing. So they would make it out, but not without their problems.
Yeah. If we're getting a little spicy, Nya would not survive. They would not. They would not. It would end in tragedy.
We've already been over Duggar going to Ikea, so.
And thinking about how Jean Guangyao would be in Ikea, there's no reconciliation.
God.
Irreconcilable. You
go to Ikea to get divorced.
Yes. I think Lan Wangji and Wei Wuxian would do pretty well.
Yeah.
Because they'd go in there, Wei Wuxian would wander a little, but I think Lan Wangji would keep him reined in, and Wei Wuxian... Unfortunately, I think the only downside is they would end up spending about $14,300 at Ikea, and I'll tell you why. Because Wei Wuxian will come up to something and will go, "Oh, Lan Zhan, isn't this pretty? Don't you like this? I think it's cute." And Lan Wangji will go,
"Credit card."
Yeah. Lan Wangji goes, He's like, "Should we get it?"
He doesn't even ask if they should get it. He just says that he likes it, and Lan Wangji says, "It is ours now."
Lan Wangji says, "It is done.
It is done. It is yours to me."
It is written. So I think they'd make it okay. Who else is there?
I think Jiang Yanli and Jin Zixuan would make it out. They'd make it out all right. They'd have a good time.
Yeah, they'd be okay. I think Jiang Yanli would probably taunt Jin Zixuan for his very ostentatious taste.
But he'd go along with her choices in the end.
Yeah, because they're more tasteful and prettier anyway.
Yeah.
He knows his place. You can't tell me Jin Zixuan doesn't bottom. He's topped once in his life. You can tell.
You can tell.
They're like the fucking quiverful couples. You can tell how many times they've had sex the Lord's way in their life. So that's my opinion.
On one end of the compass, there's the Lord's way, and on the other end of the compass, there's the genius's way.
Yes, that's fucking it. Sodomy is the genius's way. I don't give a fuck. Please.
God. All right.
All right.
Now we're going to Tumblr.
Okay. So
this one's for you.
Let's do our first Tumblr question from an anonymous friend. "I really love your podcast. It's really entertaining and I really enjoy listening to people talk about Moda Sushi.
Yeah.
My question is, which character are you most like and which character would you rather be?" Oh, Jesus.
Makes ooh think.
I'm most like Lan Jingyi. And I would rather be Jean Guangyao. Not the murder part, just the
competent.
Yeah. Fuck. Good at lying. Not being an earnest piece of shit all the time.
God.
Well, I mean, I guess being earnest is the opposite of being a piece of shit. I just wish I could lie. Not for my own gain necessarily.
Fucking same. I feel so bad anytime I lie. I don't like it.
It's horrid. What about you?
Real quick, I just got a text from our friend Paige that just says Royota Corolla. So just thought everyone should hear that.
Royota Corolla. That's fucking it.
It's very good. Thanks, Paige.
We love it.
Which character am I most like? Honestly, not to I don't want this to sound like I'm hooting my own toot, but because we do stan him a lot, but I really do relate a lot to Lan Wangji.
Kinning?
I am kinning just a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely understand that.
Yeah. Who would I rather be? I'd rather be more like him, but in his positive aspects, because I relate a lot to the problems that he has.
Yeah.
And I'd like to have some of the strengths that he has.
For sure.
I feel like I don't have those quite as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that. Just to compliment that, I feel like maybe as I'm growing into more of what I view to be a functional real life adult, I can feel myself shifting a little bit from maybe a Jingy type to more of a Wei Wuxian type. Because I'm thinking about it. I said Jingy out of reflex because he's loud and he does not have a filter.
He's uncouth.
And those are two very, he ignores authority.
Yeah, he ignores respect.
He ignores respect. And he's rude.
Yeah, he's rude.
And I also am rude. But I do identify a lot with Wei Wuxian. I identify a lot with how, I guess maybe it's just me reading him as being very ADHD.
Yeah.
But still being a fucking genius despite it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it's very cool to see. And he's just so clever and so... He always has some shit to say. Yeah. And I do always have some shit to say, whether it's funny or not. It's not a positive trait, but it's not a negative trait either. So, I don't know. Yeah. And he's so cute. My only problem is I'm not a bottom, so. Yeah. It's the shame.
I mean, that's the thing with me and Lon Wangji.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright. This next one is also from Tumblr user Anonymous. Presumably a different Anonymous. Yeah. How, in your opinion, have MXTX's novels evolved over time? Scumvillain to Modow to Heavy Blessy. How do you think that she has changed for the best and for the worst, and what do you hope she does in future novels? Now, here's the thing. Neither of us have really delved into Heaven Official's Blessing yet.
I'm sorry. I've tried like 3 times, but I just don't think I'm going to be able to do it. It's just not really my thing.
Yeah, I just don't find it particularly engaging.
Yeah. I think it's beautiful. Yeah. Visually, the manhwa is just one of the most visually incredible things I've ever seen, but it does not grab me personally, and This is not what the anonymous asker was doing, but I just kind of take a little bit of issue with it when fans of MXTX act like you have to have read the entire trilogy of these books or you're not a real fan of Mo Shang Changshu. I'm just like, these books aren't going to be for everybody. Yeah. I know for a goddamn fact that Scumvillain's self-saving system is not going to be for everybody who read Modao Zushi. Yeah. But as far as the evolution of it goes, I can kind of see, and I don't know whether you agree, how she probably started with basically a panning of the entire genre to begin with, so she could maybe dip her feet in it and get comfortable, because it was easier to have something that was fourth wall breaking and tongue-in-cheek instead of maybe diving right into this huge, fantastical Shansha universe, which she did still manage to do. Mm-hmm. Like, everything that she had in there was a completely original creation. Yeah. It was just the matter of the plot, and then the plot diverging from there that I think was probably her best choice as for a beginner into the whole web novel thing.
Yeah, I think I kind of wish that I had at this point read Heaven Official's Blessing, just because I feel like I'd be able to give more insight. But another thing that's like keeping me from feeling like I can really offer a good perspective on this is that we're having to read like fan translations, and like, the fact that I can't come at it from a perspective of reading it in its native language, I feel is a bit of it makes it tough for me, because the things that I look for when I read, the things that I am trained to look for in regards to writing, I feel like I can't quite look for them quite as easily as I can with something that I'm reading in its original language. Right. And the other thing, we talked about this on the last episode of She's a Good iPad. It's just, they're just like kind of different rules or not even different rules, just like different, Eastern and Western writing just like works differently. Entirely differently. Yeah, because like they're very different languages and very different cultures, and there's a lot that I just don't have the knowledge to be able to speak on them, and I feel like if I were to judge them by the standards that I was taught, I'd be doing it kind of a disservice.
Yeah.
Know? But one thing that I feel like I can talk about is that I feel like the characterization has gotten incredibly solid. Like the
hashtag, just talking about hashtag themes of the novels themselves.
Yeah, like even just between, like, the characters in Scumvillain are fucking great. I love them.
They are.
Yeah, and, like, one of the points of Scumvillain is, like you said, panning the entire genre. So, like, it makes sense that there are, characters that are sort of stereotypical, but they're also being, like, made fun of and played with and, like, put into situations and made to deal with things in a way that, like, they normally wouldn't.
Yeah, and I think about it in kind of like when you're making a D&D character.
Yeah.
And you may or may not base them in part or in majority off of an already extant fictional character. You still have that template to begin with. Mm-hmm. And so it's easier to craft a character with a backstory off of that template. If you've ever run like an in-character RP blog, you probably know what I'm talking about also with this.
Yeah.
Because it just it gets to a point where it just kind of takes on a life of its own. Mm-hmm. And it kind of breaks out of that mold.
Yeah.
And it's definitely easier to develop a character when you have that template.
Yeah.
And I think her working with that template really did her a service.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's what she did with the character, like, because there are all these templates, and they're, like, kind of the archetypal, stereotypical characters, and she took those and in Scumvillain just played with them until they were doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like you said, just like, it's like basing an OC off of a character that already exists.
Yep.
And then, but by the time she's gotten to Modao, she's managed to create these characters that, like, even if they're based on, like, specific traditions, who fucking doesn't have specific traditions informing the way they create characters? But they're created whole cloth. They're brand new. They're your own. The original character, do not steal. And the characters in Modao are so unique.
Incredibly so.
Yeah, like, they all have such well-defined personality traits and value systems and ways they judge things, and they're so well developed.
Mm-hmm. And I think one thing I can speak on for Heaven Official's Blessing, from what I've seen of it, is that she really seems to have at least kept it up with her characterization efforts, because as far as I can tell, Xiaolon and Fa Chung seem to be absolutely incredibly well-faceted, variegated characters.
Yeah, like, judging from this, it's kind of like something that I think was like, it was some restaurant show where, like, they were, like, training one of the, like, servers to give feedback on, like, or, like, provide opinions about something on the menu, and she was like, well, I don't eat meat, so what I do is I tell them, I don't eat meat, but people who order this say that it's really good and that they really like it, and it's like this. And that's judging from what I've seen of, like, just cultural osmosis.
Yes.
That's how it seems to me. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because that's most of what how I've learned most of what I know about it.
Yeah, the people that I know who have the attention spans to finish a book that is a little bit challenging, like Heaven Official's Blessing, have nothing but good things to say about it.
Yeah,
absolutely nothing but good things to say about it. And the people who like it are rabid about it.
That's exactly what I was... Yeah, the people who like it love it. They fucking love it.
They're nuts about it. And good for them, man.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Power to them.
Fuck it up, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah, couldn't be me, but go for it, you know?
I mean, yeah, in this case specifically, it could not actually be me, but I'm glad that there are people out there who love the fuck out of it. No. It's not lap time, bud. Sorry. Sorry. Well, that leads into our next question. Yeah. Which is from another anonymous Tumblr user. And they say, what do Baby Cat and Fat Boy look like? The listeners must know. So
Fat Boy is nosing around by us right now because he's hungry.
They are, first of all, you must understand, they are two they, pair they.
It's true.
One big, one small.
Yep. They are brother-sister.
One fluffy, one smooth, one brother, one sister. The same age from the same litter. One is warm gray splotches on a white coat, and one is cool gray splotches on a white coat. And you can tell very distinctly that specifically when they're standing right next to each other.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Who
do you want to start with?
Well, I'll start with Baby Cat.
Let's start with Baby Cat, because that's she's chosen you, and Fat Boy has chosen me.
Yeah, they've chosen their patrons. So Baby Cat. One thing about Baby Cat is that some episodes ago, I put up a picture of a cat, and I drew on it to make her look like Ah-Ching, and that was Baby Cat. So if you want a picture of Baby Cat cosplaying, that's her. It was a few episodes ago.
Roy also posts pictures of her every day because she's a beautiful model.
Yeah, and she likes to sit by me when I wake up and be small and round.
She also likes to do where she's not supposed to.
She does.
But that's okay.
That's her one flaw.
That's her one flaw, and that's something that we're all working on.
Yeah.
Together as a family.
We all have one thing. But she's fluffy. She has a tiny head. She has really huge eyes.
She's a huge, fluffy, bushy squirrel tail.
Yep. She's got one little white spot right on the middle of her back. She's got pink and black freckly beans and a little nose freckle.
She has a little baby nose freckle on the left, like a little Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah. And she always sits with her tail wrapped around her feet, being prim.
Very prim.
She's the princess.
She's very nervous around people.
Everything scares her.
Everything scares her. She's very skittish, but she loves us.
Mm-hmm.
She loves the hell out of us. She really likes to lick.
She loves to lick.
She's a big fan of licking. I think her favorite pastime is probably licking bags.
Yeah, she likes to lick paper bags. She
loves to lick plastic bags. Oh my god, she can't get enough. She loves the sound.
She likes the sound.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
Because it's not like she's eating them like Fat Boy. But she's a good kitty. She's just very territorial also. So she also pee-pees where she's not supposed to.
Yeah.
She gets nervous and she pee-pees and she tries to exhibit dominance because her and Fat Boy do not get along.
They used to get along. They got along when we first got them.
They got along for the first few months after we got them.
They used to snuggle.
It's like a switch flipped and they just started fighting.
Yep.
So, anyway, that was Baby Cat.
Yep.
We're moving on to my Fat Boy now.
Mr. Boy, as they call him.
Middler Boy. Mr. Boy.
Monsieur.
Many stupid names for Mr. Boy. I describe him like this to every person that meets him. He's like a cat on a 1.5 times scale.
Yeah.
So, he's not fat. We call him Fat Boy because he used to be a little bit chonky because we used to free feed them. And he's got like the kitty version of Prader-Willi syndrome where he just does not know when to stop eating.
He stays eating.
He stays eating. So when we put out the auto feeder, he would just hunker down, like lie down on the floor with his face in the auto feeder for like an hour at a time.
Disgraceful.
And it was just not sustainable. So after we took care of that,
he trimmed up a little bit.
He trimmed up a little bit, but he's still a very large cat. And Baby Cat's a very small cat. Yeah. So she's, when they're next to each other, it's hilarious.
It's, for reference, what is she, just over 9 pounds?
Yeah, she's like 9 pounds.
And he's like almost 17.
Yeah. He's a big boy.
He's a big old boy.
He's a big old boy. He is the clingiest motherfucking cat that I've ever had in my life.
He is a dog.
He's a dog. Here's his thing. Well, okay, we've gotten past what they look like. He's got a very cute little face. He's got like almost his gray splotchies go like
he's got like a
over
side part
his
almost.
eyes, over one eye. He's almost got a side part. You're right.
Yeah.
And both ears, but his little lips and mouth and chin are all white. And then he's got a white underbelly, and then gray splotches going down his back, and his tail is gray.
Mm-hmm. He's got very long legs.
He has very long legs, very long, muscular tail.
Yeah, beefy tail.
Let me tell you how this man...
Oh my god.
This man was up by my bed the other night, and I had a full glass of Two Roads Brewing Company, Rhodes Mary's Baby... pumpkin ale aged in rum barrels with vanilla. It's fucking amazing. If you're the drinking age and you're in the United States of America, see if you can get your little fingies on it. I had a full glass of that. He was getting real lovey on me, coming up, like rubbing around.
Having
and
a good time.
The glass of beer was on my nightstand table. And he turned around and his tail twitched and it knocked the fucking beer over all over the bed, all over my pillow, all over my little posture pillow that looks like a giant teddy bear. And now everything smells like beer. And I tried to drown it in Febreze, but it just smells like beer. And I'm really sad about it.
He's too hunky.
And that's the story of why my fat boy is too hunky for this world.
He's husky.
He's also a very friendly boy.
He's got a very handsome regal nose too.
He has an aquiline kind of profile. Yeah. Big green eyes,
big fat
mouth, and he has kitty acne on his chin a lot.
And he's got very stubby whiskers, which is why he's very clumsy.
Mm-hmm. Baby cat has very long whiskers that droop a little bit. Uh-huh. And she is missing teeth.
Yeah, she had to get some teeth pulled earlier this year.
She had to get teeth pulled.
But she's been fine ever since.
She's much happier for it now. Mm-hmm. And they hate each other and they fight all the time. So that's Fat Boy and Baby Cat in a nutshell.
It's an accomplishment when they can sleep within a foot of each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where we get very, very surprised and proud of them.
It's an astronomical event, yeah.
Yes. Jesus.
Well.
So I think that was about it for our questions.
Yeah. Friend of the show, sec leader of the show, Colin at Pagetish, was going to, quote unquote, I was going to put a ridiculously self-indulgent fate question in here, but they decided not to. So that's good because I'm the only one who would be able to answer it at this point.
That's okay. If anybody else is into fate, it was about Nie Huaisong and Waver Velvet.
Yeah, that's his name.
Hanging out. That's a hell of a name.
They're the same.
Are they twinkinating?
Yeah. I think they posted some.
Are they twinkostomies?
There he is.
Oh my god! Look at him.
He looks
Jesus.
even more like this in the show. He's a fucking
Nie Huaisong's so beautiful.
He's Tsundere Huaisong.
We like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all we got.
Yeah.
So. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much for 50 big ones.
Yeah.
Thank you for over a year of this podcast.
Yeah. Year and a half, baby.
I think, did you say that we passed, what was the milestone of listens that we passed? Recently?
Let me look at Pinecast because I don't remember off the top of my head. Thousand.
It was a very cool number.
I want to see. We passed 5,000 total listens.
Wow!
We have 98 subscribers, and all of this, by the way, is excluding Spotify data, so probably even more than that.
Yeah, I can't even imagine how many people are listening to us on Spotify.
We like it, but yeah,
we
thank
like
you
it.
So much.
It's amazing. We're so glad you all are here to listen to us goof. And thank you for being a part of this great community that we have built.
Yeah.
We love you parasocially.
Hell yeah. We wouldn't be able to keep doing this podcast if it weren't for you, probably.
Yeah.
That's good.
We appreciate all of y'all.
Yeah. I don't think we'd need to do the usual housekeeping stuff.
Y'all know who we are.
Yeah. Thank you, patrons.
Yes, thank you.
We will do that, yeah.
Thank you to our patrons.
Thank you so much to our patrons. Thank you to all of our listeners. Thank you for sticking with us for 50 big ones.
50 good ones.
Semper Big Boy.
Semper Big Boy. It's Semper Big Boy tonight.
Yeah.
You are all my nephews now.
Devil has been solved.
Bye, guys.
Semper Big Boy. Bye.
Bye.